Seeker, I am Ghost King. Tonight I want to show you a truth hidden beneath the surface of Lagoon, a truth that has haunted fishermen and families for generations. This is not just a legend, but a story woven into the lives of real people. Seeker, have you ever stood by the water at night and felt something watching you? Many in Lagos have. They say the lagoon holds secrets, and sometimes those secrets reach out to touch ordinary lives. I am Ghost King, but tonight I am just a storyteller, sharing what I have heard from the mouths of fishermen, mothers and children who live by these waters. There are tales they never wanted you to know, stories of hope, fear, and the price some pay for a chance at a better life. Let me ask you a question. If you had nothing left, would you risk everything for a single night of riches? Many have faced that choice. In 2017, a group of fishermen vanished after chasing rumors of a hidden fortune beneath the lagoon. Their families still wait for answers. Beneath the moonlit shimmer of Lagos Lagoon, fishermen whisper about a creature, half woman, half spirit, who appears when the fog is thick and the air is heavy. Some say she offers gold and fish to those who dare meet her gaze, but the price is always whispered, never spoken aloud, because everyone knows someone who paid it. Stay with me, Seeker, because these stories are not just old wives' tales. They are warnings, passed down from those who survived. What you're about to hear will change the way you see the water forever. For some, the lagoon is a place of beauty. For others, it is a place of loss. Tonight's tale is about encounters that change lives, like the fisherman who returned with riches but lost his mind to the voices in the mist. These are stories whispered in the dark, shared by mothers who warn their children not to wander too close to the water at night. This is the Lagos Lagoon mermaid, known for her beauty, her shimmering tail seen by moonlight, and her power to grant wishes at a terrible cost. But she is also a spirit of horror. In 2019, a local newspaper reported a fisherman who claimed to see her. He never fished again. In hushed voices, she is called Mamiwata, a name that brings both hope and fear to those who live by the water. They say, if you look too long, you might never look away. Some have wandered the banks for days, lost in a trance, searching for something they cannot name. Here's the curse. Every fisherman knows to avoid the deepest parts of the lagoon, especially when the moon is full. In 2015, a boat disappeared without a trace. The only clue, a net tangled with silver scales, glimmering in the moonlight, especially when the moon casts silver on their nets. That's when the stories say she is closest. Poverty breeds desperation. Many families here struggle to eat, and the lagoon is both a blessing and a curse. Desperation breeds risk. Some men go out at night hoping for a miracle, knowing the dangers. Some claim to have seen her, her hair dark as midnight, her eyes shining with promises. One fisherman described her hair as black as the lagoon at midnight, flowing and wild. Another said her eyes sparkled like gold, promising fortune to anyone brave or foolish enough to meet her gaze. But the bargains she strikes are never what they seem. Some who returned with riches found their luck turned to tragedy. For every boat that returns loaded with fish, another vanishes. The lagoon gives and the lagoon takes. Some are swallowed by the water, never seen again. Others return but are haunted by voices only they can hear, like the fisherman who sits alone, mumbling to the waves. Let me share what happened to Jide, a real man from a small Lagos community. One night, desperate to feed his family, he made a choice that changed everything. Jide was desperate, his children were hungry, and his debts grew every day. He prayed to his ancestors for help, then rode out under a jealous moon, hoping for a miracle. They say he saw her, rising from the black mirror of the lagoon, her smile both beautiful and terrifying. She whispered his name, offered a basket overflowing with gold and fish, everything he ever wanted. But there was a price. His youngest son, taken by illness before the next new moon. Jide's story is not unique. Many here know someone who paid dearly for a moment of hope. Gide took the deal, Seeker. The night was thick with fog, the moon a pale coin above the restless water. As he rode home, his heart pounded with hope and dread, his boat overflowing with fish and gold shimmering in the lantern light. His family rushed to greet him, laughter and tears mingling in the humid air. For a moment it seemed the curse had lifted, and fortune had finally smiled on them. But as the days passed, shadows crept into their home. The moon waned and a chill settled over the family. Gide's youngest son, once full of laughter, grew pale and silent, his eyes searching the darkness for something unseen. No doctor could help. Each night the boy's fever worsened, and by dawn, only silence remained. The joy of fortune turned to grief, and the house echoed with unanswered prayers. Gide was not alone in his sorrow. In 2017, a fisherman named Tunde boasted of a miraculous catch, his nets heavy with silver fish. That night he vanished. At dawn, his friends found his boat drifting, empty but for the bounty. Some say they heard haunting singing across the water, a melody that chilled their bones. Tunde was never seen again, his name whispered in fear by those who remember. Now, every night, Gide sits by the water's edge, his face lit by the ghostly glow of the moon. He whispers to the darkness, begging for forgiveness, his eyes hollow with loss. The wind carries the faint sound of a child's laughter, and Gide searches the waves for a sign, a ripple, a shadow, anything to ease his guilt. The lagoon keeps its secrets, and Gide's sorrow lingers like mist at dawn. If you've listened this far, Seeker, you know the truth is never simple. For every tale of sudden fortune, there is a story of heartbreak. In Lagos, mothers still gather their children close at night, warning them not to wander near the water. The lagoon's beauty hides danger, and every family has a story, some whispered, some shouted, all real. So what does this legend teach us? Listen to Adaise's story, a woman who refused the mermaid's offer, choosing a humble life over riches. She struggled, selling fruit in the market, her hands rough but her heart whole. Her children grew up safe, her family unbroken. In the bustling markets of Lagos, her story is a quiet warning. True wealth is measured in love, not gold. Every hidden bargain carries a cost, Seeker. For every boat that returns, another is lost to the deep. The lagoon remembers every secret, every desperate deal made under the cover of night. Fishermen pray before casting their nets, hoping to return. Knowing the water is never truly safe, wealth can be a curse, not a blessing. In 2019, a local lottery winner lost everything. His family torn apart by suspicion and greed. He vanished, leaving only rumors behind. The lagoon's lesson is clear. Not all that glitters brings happiness. Sometimes the greatest treasure is peace of mind, and the greatest loss is trust. The lagoon keeps its secrets, waiting for the next desperate soul. On quiet nights, some say you can hear voices calling from the water, soft, mournful, like a warning. They are the echoes of those who vanished, reminders to the living. Beware what you wish for, and never bargain with the unknown. We are all haunted by what we desire most. What would you risk for your dreams, Seeker? Would you pay the price or walk away? The answer is never easy. The lagoon stories are mirrors, reflecting our hopes, our fears, and the choices that shape our lives. Seeker, I share these stories because every forgotten truth brings us closer to understanding our fears and ourselves. The lagoon's mysteries are not just legends, but warnings written in the lives of real people. Listen and remember, the water remembers everything. Remember, every choice leaves a mark, and every legend has a lesson. The lagoon stories are not just for the past, but for all who listen today. The lagoon is beautiful, but beauty hides the most terrifying truths. Will you remember this, Seeker? When you next see the moon on the water, let the stories linger and let caution guide your heart. So be sure to subscribe to my channel, Seeker. Here you uncover the forgotten truths of your African heritage. turning doubts into belief, one eerie tale at a time. Join me and let's explore the mysteries together. And if you are the one seeker still watching till the very end, watch more of my videos. There are more stories, more mysteries, and more truths waiting for you. The Lagoon is only the beginning. I drop new stories every week, so don't miss the next forgotten truth. Until then, beware the bargains you make and the secrets you keep. The Lagoon is always watching. Seeker, I am Ghost King. Until the next forgotten truth, may the Lagoon's whispers guide you safely home.